Welcome back to another episode of I Am Black Redefined. I'm your host, KL, and I am truly honored to be sitting alongside Danielle McGee today. How are you, Danielle?
I am fantastic. How are you?
I am doing great. You
Wonderful.
are indeed changing and uplifting the culture here in Nashville. You're doing so many amazing things, I feel. And I mean, I know we talked a little bit before we started rolling, but I mean, you work full time and you're still putting all this time, energy, and effort into helping the Black community here in Nashville, which I think is truly amazing. Tell us a little bit about how you started launching the Black People Making Moves group. I know it was about 2016 when it started,
It was November 2016, so it's been about 3 years now. I had just moved to Nashville in June of that year from Chicago. And I got here and I was like, it has to be something to do here, right? So I didn't know anybody here in Nashville. I had my coworkers and that was it. And so I was asking them where to go and they all kept saying the same space, the same place. So I just started diving into what there was to do in Nashville. And then I realized there was a lot to do in Nashville, but a lot of people don't know that. And with there being so many transplants, I felt like it was my duty at that point to share this information. And so that's what kind of catapulted me to start Black People Making Moves.
And now we're at what, almost 12,000 members, right?
Almost 12,000 members as of today. Like I think we'll be at 12,000 by the end of the week.
By the time this airs, I'm sure we'll definitely be at 12,000.
Yes.
That is amazing. So tell us a little bit about what people can expect from the group. What's the purpose of the group?
So again, it started as get the news out about Black events in Nashville, and it's transformed into something totally different, right? So it's everything Black. Like when people ask me what it is, I'm like, it's everything Black here in Nashville. If you want to know what events are going on, if you have topics you want to talk about, if you have recommendations of Black-owned businesses, if you're looking for recommendations on Black-owned businesses, we discuss all type of different topics, all type of different articles. So it's really everything Black here in Nashville.
I love it.
And I want it to continue to be that.
And I definitely think it will. I think, you know, with you behind, I know you have some moderators too that assist. I think it can definitely continue moving and just pushing that needle as far as the culture goes. And I think the other day, if I'm not mistaken, I saw someone say that the group was basically like a Black Google.
It is. Like if you're looking for a photographer, if you're looking for a school, all kind of different things, you can go there, type it in the search bar, and something will come up more than likely. We even saw someone ask about a Black beekeeper, you know, so it's that diverse in what people are coming to the group for.
It's definitely going to keep on growing. And
I'm excited.
I know too, even with your background, you do some consulting and you assist Black-owned businesses, which I think is great because not everyone, you know, went to business school or not everyone has the mentors that they need. So with the consulting that you do, what are some of the common struggles that you see our businesses facing? I
would say the number one thing I see or I hear the most, I'll say, is that they don't have the capital, right? So all of the surveys I've looked at, all the conversations I've had, it leads back to, I don't have the money I need, you know? And so everything else, when it comes down to marketing, it's because they don't have the money for a marketing plan. You know, when it comes down to customer service, is that we can't pay the caliber of people that we want to work in our establishment. So I think everything really comes back to our businesses being underfunded and not having the capital they need to really thrive.
So how, like for the business owners that are watching, whether they've already launched a business or they're interested in doing so, do you have any suggestions on how they can be better prepared?
Absolutely. You have to be creative. I think that's really all you can do is be really creative in your business, because I've been down that road. I've had a business. I've not been able to get the word out about it. I had to really invest in myself and then get creative in how I operate and how I market my business. So I think it doesn't hurt to get back to some guerrilla marketing. You know, sometimes
you gotta hit that ground yourself and get out there.
You have to be out there. It absolutely is imperative that you're networking and you have a strong network around you. But again, just being creative, thinking outside the box in your business and how you operate and how you get the word out about your business, I think can really be huge. We've always been, Black people are resourceful people, right?
Always have
We
been.
figure something out.
Yes,
We're going to make
a
something
way
happen.
out of no way, okay?
And so I want to see us do the same thing with our
Yes.
businesses,
Yes.
you know, just like we can make a $20 meal stretch
Yes.
for our family for the week, we need to do the same thing with that $20 in our business and make that stretch. So again, we don't have the capital that a lot of our counterparts have, but we need to be very resourceful and creative with what we do have and work with that.
Oh, I definitely agree. You summed that up so nicely, Danielle. Now, so I know you're also helping businesses too with Black Business Boom. I think that too is like a Google for Black businesses. You have coupons on there and then everything is categorized beautifully. Was that just a natural progression to start that?
That's what started me like down this road, honestly. So I've been a business owner for about 8 years now. I owned a brick and mortar spa in Chicago. I've owned a personal chef service. I've had a few other little ventures. We had the spa for about 5 years, and that was a huge learning experience, right? Learned a whole lot of stuff there. And again, I moved here to Nashville, which caused me to go ahead and shut the doors on the spa. And honestly, I said, I do not want to be in business anymore. It was refreshing to just take a step back and not be in business because there's a lot of stress there. And so then I got here and I started getting involved with Black Entrepreneur Week. I went to some of their events, and then the fire was lit again, right? So now I'm back with these ideas. I'm coming up with ideas all the time. And I went through Corner to Corner, their academy, their 10-week program here. And that again reignited the fire for me to get started with my business. I had a whole different business at that time. So I decided to teach with Corner to Corner, to be one of the facilitators. And what I took away from that was one night I was there teaching, and it was our marketing night when we talk about knowing your customer and getting your business out there, getting folks to know, like, and trust you. And everybody was struggling. It was, you know, and that was like the thing that everybody was like, please help me with marketing my business. Please help me with getting my business out there. And I went home that night and I knew that I had to create something that was for us. We need something that's for us. And again, of course, the money struggles still exist. So it was important for me to create something that was affordable as well for small Black owned businesses.
Oh my goodness, I love it. So what is the range that you have on there as far as businesses go?
Oh, it's such a wide range. We have a lot of brick and mortars, spas. We have a lot of beauty and restaurants as far as brick and mortars, but we have dry cleaners. We have a lot of mobile businesses, people who do detailing, people who come to your house and give you a massage. And then we have a very wide range of online vendors. So we have coupons for about 300 Black owned online businesses. And it ranges everything to body care to pet treats. It's a very wide range. And next year we look to grow even more. So I'm excited.
I'm very excited for that as well. And I know on your radio show, you have people in weekly sharing about their businesses and really just giving, again, another platform for them to put their name out there, get their word out there. Have you had any favorite guests on the show?
I really enjoyed having Ashley Garth in talking about social media.
She's very good.
And it's funny enough, she was in my class with Corner to Corner. We went through that together. We were in the same class. We both had totally different businesses at the time. So it was nice to get together and kind of talk about that transition. But then also because social media is so big in growing your business. And so I always try to have people on the show who have businesses that help other businesses, right? So I loved having her on and getting some tips that can really help folks to grow their business while still giving her exposure for her brand as well.
Which a beautiful thing that you do. If you could sum up, Danielle, how you are Black redefined, what would you say?
I would say that I am Black redefined because I am a young Black woman who stepped into something that was totally unknown to me. Stepping into tech, which I am not a techie at all, and really trying to navigate that. has been a challenge, but I've been able to do it, you know, and really just being courageous and stepping out there on faith and being able to do that. And then also by being intentional in creating spaces for Black people and doing it unapologetically. Like I feel like it's so important that we have our own spaces, and I'm not gonna budge on that. When I had folks that were business advisors and possible investors for Black Business Boom that told me I should open it up to I should just call it Boom, is what they told me, or Business Boom. They told me to take the Black out.
Oh, wow.
And I know that this business could be even further along if I did that. But I've decided to stick with what I know is important to me and what I know my culture needs.
Sticking to the purpose and not letting maybe a paycheck, you know, deter you from what you know is right.
That's the good thing about working full time still, is that I'm still getting a paycheck, you know, so it doesn't have to be all about the dollar. I can stay true to my vision and my mission for my company.
Which I think too is really a good point to make, because I mean, especially now on social media, you know, it can be good, it can be bad on social, but a lot of people, you know, they're preaching that be an entrepreneur, which there's nothing wrong with, but you also don't need that pressure from people you don't even know on social media to quit your job and, you know, just start a business and then
people ask me all the time, when do I plan on quitting my job? And I do not plan on quitting my job. I mean, I've done that. I've been down that road. So I've been the entrepreneur that's like broke. I've almost lost my condo. I've almost lost everything, you know, by trying to step out and be an entrepreneur and not being prepared to do so, you know. So now I'm like, when my money, when I can pay myself the same salary I'm getting from my business, that's when I'll step out. And it's hard, you know.
It's very hard.
It's very
a lot
hard.
of man hours have to go into it. And
I'm up till 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning every day, you know, working on my business. But I'd rather do that than be poor again, because I've been poor and I've been out driving Uber, you know. And I'm all about the grind, you know, and I'm gonna do whatever it takes to survive. But I'm also about not making my life harder than it has to be. So right now I'm able to maintain the job and the business, and until I'm able to pay myself, I'm gonna do that.
Right. Thank you so much, Danielle, for sitting down with me today. I really appreciate all of your gems that you dropped and really just everything you're doing here in the community of Nashville. And thank you at home for tuning in. Be sure to join in on the conversation on Twitter and on Instagram, and be sure to share how you are Black Redefined. In our highlight section on our Instagram, we have the template, so upload that and tag it so that you can get reshared. Until next week.